So, I am just trying to blow through these videos for Scorpio season, just because I have an idea for the videos and the titles of them, and I don't want to delay you guys seeing them until November, so I'm trying my best to just kind of knock them out one by one. Um, so what I wanted to do was take an actual Scorpio, um, Drake, and his newest album, which is a few months old now, but it's entitled Scorpion, and I'm just like, what better way to emulate Scorpio season than naming the titles to these videos based on his latest album, you know? So I'm trying to get through that so I can see which titles resonate the best with each of the signs. So you guys are getting close to my halfway point. Um, excuse me. Still got Aries after you that I may do today. But so far, we've seen a lot of relationship woes. It's all the signs are experiencing it. This Venus in retrograde energy is just so much heavy stuff, love-wise, and it's really testing all of us, to see what we're made of and to see if we know our true worth. And you guys are doing just fine with that. You're really finding that balance. So kudos to you. I think, oh, wow. Okay. You guys are doing okay. You guys are really, really letting it take you places. Wow. Okay. You're the first up to get a positive love reading here, so kudos. I did say in Libra season, you guys seem to be the only ones that were staying afloat based on all the readings, and it looks like you guys are still doing okay. It's very nice to see. I'm sure it's been a long time coming. The only thing to look out for is King of Swords reverse. So King of Swords could be an air sign. We already see kind of an airiness to the Sagittarius card. And it could be Gemini too. So Gemini, Sag, look out for that. They could be getting a little critical, a little judgmental, kind of like misusing their position currently. Let's see if that's going to pass, because if the person that you're involved with right now, or you're looking to be involved with, let's see how that's going to kind of play out. So everybody's feeling really tense energy right now. We're entering Scorpio season, and we all know how that goes, but you guys are a water sign, so you should be able to traverse this season better than others. And we also see, with Pisces, we see some Leonian, some creative time when we look at a Scorpio season. So, because you guys are in the 5th house for Scorpio rising. So, could be a really, really fun time, It just depends kind of like where we're going to take this, because a lot's going on a big scale for everyone. So let's see, Pisces, what we have. Okay, so you are in defense of this person. If they are trying to, let's see here. If they are trying to manipulate you, by offering you romance, love, sex, all of that stuff, it doesn't seem like it's phasing you guys, but it still is very overwhelming that everyone seems to be coming at you all at once. And it may just be because you guys are holding strong, because you're staying optimistic, you're growing from this, and so, yeah. And that's a pretty good card to get. I love that card personally. 7 of Wands. But let's see what else. I really want to clarify this before I jump fully into one direction, because this could go either way here. Okay. Let's see. Something. Oh, okay. Yep. 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 Okay, here we go. So, Queen of Pentacles. So we are holding on to this position. You know, if this is finances, this person is really affecting your finances. So this could be work related. You know, if there's a Gemini that you're working with, you know, that's trying to manipulate you, trying to kind of get over on you. It looks like it'll work itself out. It looks like it's going to get really tense for a second, but try not to get too bossy, but just maintain your ground, Pisces. Maintain your ground. You have the right position, you know, but they will assemble forces against you. They will try to manipulate others, try to play some mind games, really try to bring you down. And maybe you see this person as somebody that typically is very real and very growth oriented and very creative, but right now they've completely changed. You know, they're really abusing their power. They're being very bossy, very demanding. That's my Hermione card. You know, when she starts to like tell Harry and Ron off for not doing their homework and stuff, and I think that's what you guys could be seeing here. So, but it looks like this is really work related. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So it's interesting here. It's almost like you can't let go of this position, this mindset when it comes to this person that you have really fallen for. If there's somebody that you love that you also work with, that could be showing here too. But this is maybe you just won't. It's really hard to. You guys are going in both directions simultaneously. Whatever it is, it's going to come to an end. This relationship, whether it's work oriented or it's a romantic relationship, and you guys you're not ready for the tower. You're not ready to quit it. Maybe that's why we're being a little defensive. And then this Queen of Pentacles is we're kind of we're holding on to the past. We're holding on to this thing that keeps us feeling wealthy, even though it's really, really throwing us some curveballs. You know, we're really seeing the waxing and waning of our finances currently because I think we're trying so hard to stick to this situation. So there's some money matters involved in this love. And we see that with Scorpio. Scorpio either has nothing or it has it all. And so it's really tricky now that we're entering this season. And Venus will be going back into Libra. It's going to be leaving Scorpio, thank God. But Queen of Wands, this could be you guys because this is also Pisces. You guys aren't feeling yourselves quite yet. But you are being a little more responsible, so that's nice to see. You're kind of finding that emotional balance, so you guys aren't really so much in your feelings right now like everybody else is, so kudos. That's great. You guys are, but you do see what's coming. You do see that something's got to give, something's about to happen, and what's going to happen? You know, the tower is a fall from everything. It's destruction to be reborn. You know, that's very Scorpio energy. It's not the death card, so it looks like it's really interesting because I would think we would see the death card as opposed to the tower because you guys have the temperance card, which is all about a new path opening up. And we see that with death too. We're shedding that skin so we can go in a new direction. So I'm going to need a little more from you, Pisces. I'm going to need some more direction here to be able to tell exactly where this is going to take us. Maybe this love it's very comfortable materially, and that's why you're defending it, because it's giving you some sort of stability that you haven't found for yourself, and so you're like, no, 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 I need this, you know, kind of a thing. And so you're starting to get protective of it. Because you're like, oh no, I know what the tower looks like. I've been through it many a times. I mean, you're one of the signs that emulates the tower energy. Any kind of rebirth process is very Piscean. Yeah, so yeah, we're getting very protected. That's what's going on here. Because you guys are you're very comfortable, okay? But comfortability isn't always a good thing. We can restrict ourselves. We can hold ourselves back from the potential of tomorrow when we're too comfortable. So it's really important right now to not delve too heavily into binge drinking, doing drugs, things like that, because you're going to experience some distance from your path. You know, it's going to immobilize you a little bit. The more of that you kind of do, that overindulgence is going to kind of it's kind of going to kind of lead you astray. But you guys are very intellectual. I mean, you come last, so you take on all the signs that come before you. So you guys have so much potential in every situation. But as always, all of us get tempted, especially when it comes to romantic interest. And you guys are very deep romantically. The Pisces that I know, I really appreciate for that fact, because there are just so many layers to them, and it's beautiful. But it can be very treacherous at times. And so because you guys are going to be so defensive, you know, be like looking over your shoulder, like, you know, this tower thing's about to hit, like you guys can feel that. You're very empathic, even though currently you're not able to access your normal kind of self, because we're feeling a little more protective, a little more you know what I mean? Like a little more skeptical kind of a thing. So you're getting away from yourself here in this relationship, in this situation. So even though you're not being a bad person or anything like that, but the people that are giving you different points of view, you know, that you feel like it's just you and this partner against the world in a sense, and it's that way for a reason. It's because you're kind of holding on to it so closely when everyone's telling you, like, isn't it obvious? Like, why are you still in this? But it doesn't look like it's the most terrible situation like we've seen with some of the other signs, like especially Scorpio. Scorpio's got it really bad around their birthday. But here, this protectiveness, because you're not ready for the tower to hit, you're not ready for this to go away, you're going to feel like you just want to escape with that person. You know, you're just going to feel like you want to get away with what you have and go on a trip somewhere, you know, like just kind of leave all of this chaotic energy. So, but it doesn't look like that's something that's going to behoove you. It looks like it's not something that's going to provide you the ability to give back or to help others. You're going to get away from that. Maybe I don't know, Pisces, you're really saying a lot of different things right now. Like, I don't know if this is just one situation or if it's multiple. It's hard to say. You guys are kind of all over the place. But there's definitely a trip. There's definitely some sort of trip that you're planning or some sort of movement, and maybe it's going to allow you to get back to that place to where you can give back or be a little more helpful, which you guys do like to be. Usually you're the ones that get helped, but okay, so Five of Swords. Okay. Five of Swords. Okay, if somebody is asking you for help or for some sort of financial assistance, I really would advise you to read the fine print, okay? I know that's something that you guys don't usually do. You come opposite Virgo, which is very detail-oriented. You guys are just like, okay. But it's really, be cautious with this person because they can really, really just get away with everything. Really, really defeat you in that sense. And so you're going to be in your feelings, like, this is a very, like, motherhood card. So we have 3 queens on the table. I just have to point that out. And the only one I think that is providing us some sort of comfort is Queen of Pentacles. So if you guys want to turn your focus into work and just having that be a ready outlet for all this stuff that's happening around you, then I'd say do it. Don't work yourself too hard, but find a balance somehow in work, and your personal life, because that may be energy that's working with you, but just because you're doing well at work doesn't mean that you need to start lending people a hand. You know what I mean? Like, just don't overdo it. I mean, just be very wary of some female energy. I see all of the court cards with elements, and the King of Swords is reversed. So this is really, really interesting stuff here. That's why I don't see just one situation here. This could be many situations. Maybe this Temperance is showing us a new path in every direction. But I just don't know if you guys are really ready for that just yet. Because you're just not in the right headspace. Feeling very combative. Okay, well, here we go. So there's that new direction, their new path. There's some big stuff coming out for you guys, but we're not ready yet. We feel a little lost. We feel a little astray. We'll get there. But, wand energy reversed, and then the wand that is defensive, like, so it's just, we're not in tune with our soul purpose, our soul mission currently. We're a little off the beaten track, but it's not bad. It's not terrible. Like I said, some of these signs are really going through a whole lot, but that's why we get the Tower card, because it's a test to us as to whether we can see what's being presented, where we can, like, really leave this current position. And what is that saying? It's like the grass is greener on the other side. And I think you guys just don't feel that way yet. You're not there yet. You don't see the possibility in changing this current situation. And so you're not ready for the Tower to hit. You're not ready to give up, to surrender. And so you're going to get defeated because you're not seeing what you need to. And you're going to get really upset about it too. And it's like you're more upset about just losing than, yeah, I mean, it's just like you're not focusing your energy or your sight, you know, you're just a little astray at the moment. So, but I think you realize that you're getting away from yourself. Page of Wands reversed in this situation. You're just not directing your energy. And then the minute somebody reaches out for help for you, they take too much. They take more than what you were offering, or they swindle you somehow. So be very careful with that, because that, you know, Queen of Cups right after it, really bring out the emotions. Or maybe there's just some instance that you can't let go of where you helped someone and they just like they took more than what you were offering. They really got away with a lot, and you're still upset about it. You still haven't moved past it, you know. And there's something about it that you just can't let go of, and it's hindering your future. It's making you feel stuck. Trying to think of a good like movie metaphor or reference for this. I don't know. Maybe one will come to me. But what else we got, Pisces? What else do we have for Scorpio season? Pisces. That may be it. Oh, okay. So let's see here. Okay. Yeah, we're not seeing the light of day, you know, in this lesson. You guys aren't. It's just not sinking in. But there's some big lessons here. That's what I've been preaching to all the signs so far. Like, this Venus stuff is really trying to show us something, whether we want to hear it or not, and it doesn't look like you guys are receptive to it. Even though it looks like there's a huge possibility here. I think this is the most positive reading I've had so far for the signs, and so you guys have a lot of potential here to really turn this around and to just not let it happen to you again, you know. But it's all with getting away from this comfort, you know, because comfort, it can be very diminishing. It can be very restrictive. It's you know, it's like when you go back and you visit your home, if you've moved away in your life, you know, or something like that. It's like for me, like when I go back home, I'm like, okay, I want to see family and stuff like that. But then when I'm there, like for a day or so, I'm like, okay, well, I see why I'm not there anymore. You know, there's just nothing there for me. And that's kind of what this relationship is. It's like if you take an outsider's perspective, or if you step back and you separate yourself, maybe you go you go away for like a week or something like that. You go on like a little retreat of some kind, and you go on a camping trip or something, and then you come back and you were like, on that trip I was happier by myself. I wasn't really missing this, and it's just because it takes sometimes to separate yourself from a situation to see that. I would advise that for you guys, um, because it looks like you're not open to the transformational energy that's happening right now in Scorpio season. And that's really the lesson, is like you can go super, super far with Scorpio season, because there's so much opening up. But it's coming right out of Libra. It's a really tricky tightrope, because Libras are so past focus emotionally. Like, they really don't move through that stuff. It just continues like following them for their lives. I find that with Libra energy is that they don't really change emotionally. Everything's surface level, and they preach that they're changing or that they're always excited by it. But it's like when you start to peel back a little bit, you're just like, oh, is this person really different though? Um, but then we get to Scorpio and we really see that possibility. We really see that transformational energy, and it's like take Fox for example, the Phoenix from Harry Potter. It's like a phoenix. Their whole purpose is to be reborn again. It's regenerative energy. That's where they can reemerge with their power. It's rebirth. And so, when you get so far along on one path, sometimes the only option is to die, is to begin again. And you guys just don't see that currently. You're just not willing to let go. And I understand that. I mean, it all looks so good for a second, and it's just, you're just losing yourself though in this. And I just hope you can realize that. That there's some big stuff happening, and yeah, you're getting away from who you are. So um, that's what I would advise, is spend some time away from this relationship and then see how worthwhile it still is. Take a step back, um, all of that. But somebody may be pushing like an ultimatum or something on you, um, and you don't want to do that. You don't like decision making. It's really just not of a water nature, especially not Pisces. But yeah, I mean, I get it. I can see why you're not ready. Um, but me, I have to give some hard truths sometimes, and sometimes you just have to buck up and find your courage. And it's like you already have courage, but you're using it in the wrong way. You're using it to defend or protect instead of using it for your personal growth. You know what I mean? It's like you're protecting this situation that's not benefiting you, where you could be channeling that energy and that strength into your own life. So consider yourself first. Consider yourself first and see if that situation is really benefiting you, or is it more so the other person that it's benefiting, or is no one benefiting from it? So, yes, there may be financial security there, um, but it just doesn't look like it's really in tune with your soul mission. Yeah. So, but that's all I have to say. You guys take care. Um, but yeah, just know who you are. Okay, know who you are. Know what you're worth, because you're worth more than this. You know, and this is a different situation to every Pisces out there, but some of the themes are very, very similar, you know, that we're all dealing with this love energy, and what we think we deserve, um, you know, isn't always in tune with the reality of the situation. So it's nice to see both perspectives, to see like, well, this is what I dream about, this is what I know I want for myself, and then this is the reality. And it's like one is, they're askew, they're not in line with each other. So reassess what it is you want and what it is that you're not getting, and go from there. All right.